Wow. Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is December 23rd, Saturday, 2018. Just wanted to jump on real quick, guys, do a quick update, do a quick look at the weather as well. But this is breaking news. High impact eruption at Krakatau volcano. Deadly tsunami produced as well, Indonesia. Says here, powerful eruptions are taking place at Indonesia Krakatau volcano over the past 24 hours. The volcano is producing large lava flows and undersea landslides believed to be the cause of at least one deadly tsunami. According to the Darwin VAAC advisory issued at 0025 UTC December 23rd, satellite imagery suggests a high-level eruption with ash rising up to 55,000 feet. Now, that is where you have problems with your climate if this continues to erupt the way it is right now. But 55,000 feet up in the atmosphere is when we start blocking sunlight, and this becomes a problem. The aviation color code has been raised to red. According to the country's disaster management agency, at least 43 people have been killed and more than 584 injured after a tsunami hits villages located around Sunda Strait. At least 430 homes have been damaged. 9 hotels were severely damaged, as well as dozens of boats and ships. Casualties have been so far reported in the Pandeglang, South Lampung, and Sering regions, and the death tolls is expected to rise. Officials says it's possible that the full moon may have contributed to the strength of the wave. According to locals, the tsunami hit around 4:30 local time, December 23rd. One eyewitness told BBC that there had been heavy eruption sound prior to the tsunami. Here is some footage from Twitter. Again, 55,000 feet does affect sunlight. More information from Twitter and other parts of social media, potentially triggered by an underwater subaerial landslide tide at 1400 UTC. Let's take a look at this. There is the wave activity as it spreads out. Southern Flake seems to be a best fit. See animation. Sources not confirmed, but trying to solve it. Hashtag Indonesia. Again, underwater landslides is what's believed to cause these tsunamis. Muhammad Fadi, something's not right, as he posts these charts here on Twitter. More footage here from the aftermath of the tsunami. Again, 43 dead and 500 plus injured from the tsunami. So not only have we had an eruption at Krakatau, we've also had a tsunami from underground landslides. Was this related to the eruption? Obviously, right now it does appear that way. See if I can find some more footage, more information on utter devastation. This is the aftermath once the waters had receded.
Hello? Masih ada orang, hello?
I can't read what the writing is on this tweet, but it does look like it's talking about the tsunami aftermath. Here's another image of the Krakatau eruption on the 22nd of December is when it began. So, it looks like on Twitter here, interesting that the mid-shock waves caused by Krakatau eruptions in the tidal full moon. So, a very unfortunate time for this event, as it just happens to coincidentally line up with a full moon, a cold moon at that. probably the best footage right now on the internet, folks. You're looking at here on the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Check out the watchers.news. Full credit for the Twitter account that is showing this video is in the link in the description of the video, but look at this, guys. Wow. You know, and I've had friends, Rob, and others in the GSM community who have been warning me about such eruptions like these. And, you know, with the collaboration of a group of people that we deal with here in this community, it's sobering as far as how many times our sources are correct when it comes to their predictions and what their research has taken them to. It's like some of these guys have a crystal ball and they can see into the future. So I just want to thank those who participate in the Discord chat, those who I communicate with on Twitter. It's been kind of crazy lately, been busy, holiday season. Apologize for not being on social media as much. But once the holiday season calms down, GSM News will be back full force. But right now, we wanted to bring this to you live as it's pretty significant. Not only did we have a 55,000 foot ash cloud, but we also had a underground landslide, and the area was affected by the tsunami. And I want to watch this one more time because this is probably some of the best footage we're going to see from this particular event, folks. One more time here. I couldn't imagine witnessing this live. Beautiful, but at the same time, very, very scary, and it could be dangerous as well. The hazardous toxin gases that are being released right now. You know, anybody who has the ability to take footage from a safe distance, you know, make sure you are completely safe because this could turn dangerous in a hurry with all the toxins that are being spewed into the atmosphere right now. Absolutely great work by watchers.news for providing this story, breaking as it is right now. I know Mari's probably on the horn trying to confirm and vet other information as well. And we'll try to put you something together. Tomorrow we're going to be live with Henrik, or hopefully, as long as his schedule will allow him to be available for tomorrow. We plan on doing a live show tomorrow night, and maybe we'll have a little bit more update about what has happened out here, if the death toll indeed has risen, or are we just looking at the injured number go up as well. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about the death toll going up too much, but here you have it. High impact eruption at Krakatau volcano, deadly tsunami produced in Indonesia, and just a plethora of a mess right now. So the news is breaking. Watchers.news is one of the first places I've seen this break. And as we get more information about this, we will make sure we cut back in. And while we got you guys' attention, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our space weather. Solar wind speed sitting at 355.4 kilometers with a density of 4. 0 sunspots on the sun right now. That makes it 6 days in a row. 212 days away. Or I'm sorry, 212 days without sunspots here in 2018. Quite an impressive number. The TCI has risen just a tad, up to 33 billion watts. So it was down to 31.0 billion watts. Now has risen up just a little bit to 33.4 billion watts. KP indice is at 1. 24-hour max is also at 1. So we are looking at prime conditions for seismic and volcanic activity when it comes to correlation of our KP indices and our sun as well. Looking at the next coronal hole system, it could be here increasing the solar winds by December 27th is what NOAA is saying. So let's go ahead and say 28th of December. Let's take a look at our sun. And there was a couple of areas that we were monitoring before we, the last broadcast that we did, I think that was, Actually, Friday night was kind of a big deal. Whoa! So we have rather large, here we are right now currently, and this is the eastern, then we have a southern region, two southern regions, and then just above the equatorial region, about 15 to 20 days away, we have a very large region of activity. So these sunspots, blank days, might be numbered as we see two southern regions that could produce sunspots, and then we have a very large region of activity just a little bit above the northern part of the equatorial region of the sun. So keep an eye on that. Also, the TSI, that has dropped as well, 1360.6048. It is flirting with now dipping down into the 0.5 values, which we've seen a couple times here in the last couple of days. This was as of December 16th, 2018. So along with the volcano eruption, take a quick look at our weather. Some snow, light snow forming across Kansas right now as we speak. Northwest, you're getting another wave of storms that's hitting your region again. You guys are just continuing to see precipitation after precipitation. Quick look at our GFS into the weekend. Cold, high pressure settling in the northeast. Snow showers will arrive Sunday night into early Monday morning across Pennsylvania, West Virginia, into western New York, and all the way through upstate New York by early Monday morning. This system will not be around for very long. Very light snow. We're talking maybe 1 to 3 in the upstate New York area. So there is our chance for some Christmas snow to be on the ground. And here it is on the 25th of December, folks. This is what it's looking like so far. Christmas Day, we are going to see light snow across Wisconsin, parts of South Dakota and North Dakota, Nevada, higher elevations of Utah, Idaho, and the Northwest in Oregon and Washington. The Sierra Mountains also look like we'll see just a little bit of snow activity on Christmas Day, December 25th. Parts of central Ohio, as we go into Wednesday, we'll see light snow showers, and then we start seeing some low pressure systems really start kicking up as we get closer to January. This is storm number 1. We saw this a couple of nights ago. It's staying true in the northern plain states into the Great Lakes. That's a big storm as it's all rain, but this should be the last of the mild temperatures that will bring and allow rainfall when it comes to these low pressure storms here in the Northeast. I will say this right now, I'm going to take a bold prediction, but this will be the last low pressure system, in my opinion, that will bring rain to the Northeast. And as we look here, December 29th, lots of cold air pushing down from the Arctic. Snow develops in the Northeast through upstate New York. Those bars are close together. It could mean blustery conditions. Again, December 29th, into the end of the month, towards the new year, again, another system formed across the south where we don't need rain. And then another large low pressure system gets its act together. Look at this, guys. Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas. More heavy rain, snow on the backside of this system. And as we advance on New Year's Day, we are talking about a possibility of a major blizzard in parts of Kansas and Nebraska as this system treks across the United States. And right now, the GFS is saying rain. I'm going to disagree. That will change. That is still far away. I believe that it'll be cold enough for this to be at all snow precipitation here in the Northeast. We will see. Other models have suggested otherwise. January 4th, colder temperatures start to ridge into the eastern and the northeast as the west and the southwest stay a bit mild. But as we see here towards the end of, the end of the first week of January, a major snow system could be on the horizon in the near future. This looks bad. If you live in Maine and north of that, I really am curious to see what this storm is going to pump out. But right now, we look like we might have our first biggest snowstorm affecting the entire region by the 5th of January here in the Northeast. Could be a significant nor'easter that produces blizzard-like conditions. And then on Sunday, just a day or two after that storm, we see a light Alberta clipper coming through the area, combining with another low pressure system on the northeast. And while I'm thinking about it, let's take a look at the North Atlantic and see where our high pressure is kind of hanging out. And right now, we're not looking at anything that is blocking near Greenland. So that's the good news. But as expected, by the second week of January, there could be a major disruption into the polar vortex due to atmospheric or stratospheric sudden warming. Sudden stratospheric warming. Let's go with that. Sorry, folks. It's been a long day. So right now, not looking at any kind of situation where we have Greenland block. In fact, we still have high pressure sitting out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So right now, not looking at this polar vortex situation in the first week of January, but a lot of folks are calling for it in the second and third weeks. And let's take a quick look at temperatures too, as we start to see a little bit difference here on the GFS as we move through the rest of December. That cold Arctic air trying to push in very slowly is working its way as we've seen a bigger burst of colder air. That last fight of mild air, I believe, might be overdoing it here on January 1st. I could be wrong, but we see that cold Arctic air. This is what I believe will be further south and into the United States at this time, the 1st of January. So that's why I don't think that we're going to quite see the warmth here that they're calling for on the 2nd of January. But we will see as this system plays out and we get further into January. We see more Arctic air trying to force its way into the Northeast. And as we look here on January 7th, the first week of January, the first Monday, or the second, no, first, we're looking at temperatures of at least 70% of the United States below freezing, at least 30% at the teens to below zero. So temperatures will definitely be frosty, and we will see our first hints of winter for sure by the first week of January. So make no mistake. And like I said, I think these temperatures right now feel a little bit chillier here in the Northeast. We will see the up and down mild between mid-30s and low 40s, but the cold air is moving into the area tonight here in the Northeast, upstate New York. I know it's going to be cold enough for snow by Sunday night into Monday. That warm air is trying to fight its way through, but after Christmas, on the 29th of December, that's when we see that last punch of mild air by January 2nd. The majority of the United States will be sub-freezing. I mean, look at these temperatures, folks. January 2nd, minus 14 in parts of Wyoming, minus 4 near Denver, minus 3 in parts of Nebraska, minus 7, minus 11 in Minnesota. Some serious cold air is about to hit the United States, and this is, like I said, this is the area I think will be further across southern or midwestern parts of Ohio, western Pennsylvania, northeast, possibly Michigan. But we'll keep our eyes on this. Right now, it's just a theory, a hunch, and some are suggesting numbers that we will see some extreme cold by the second week of January, and the pattern is setting up to see at least some normal winter temperatures. I won't say right now anything extraordinary, but normal winter temps to subnormal here as we get into the first, second, and third weeks of January. We'll keep our eyes peeled, folks. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. We just wanted to get on real quick. Again, the main reason why we took to the air was the high impact eruption at Krakatau volcano, and then it was followed by a deadly tsunami that killed 43 people right now, when they're expecting the death toll to rise as we have more than 584 people injured after this tsunami had hit several villages located around the Sunda Strait. So, Mari, did you have anything you want to add before we jump off air?
Yeah, there's lots of people watching. It's definitely something worthy of breaking in unscheduled to talk about. Alls we can do, there's a lot of questions in the chat. Alls we can do right now is sort of watch the information as it's coming in and see where it goes from there. Definitely, I'm assuming we'll have some kind of impact, with how high that is. I'd like to thank Zero Tolerance for his super chat, his or her, I'm not sure.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Much appreciated, guys. All right, listen, we will be back Sunday night, 6 p.m. Hopefully, Henrik will be able to join us. We will still, I didn't say 6. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for a live GSM update tomorrow on Sunday. That's going to do it for us tonight, guys. The link will be in the description for the article. We'll talk soon. Take care, guys.